Very much. Good morning, Coach Petrino.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing good. Thanks for asking. Again, appreciate you joining us on this morning's teleconference. As always, to members of the media on the call, please press star 1 at this time to get in the queue to ask questions for head coach Paul Petrino of Idaho. Coach, before we get to questions, your thoughts on last week's game against New Mexico State?
It was we played well. Started out a little shaky, drove the length of the field, and then turned it over in the end zone, and then they went right down and scored. But I thought our guys responded really well, coming back and taking the next drive and going down and scoring. And then they scored again, but then we scored again, and then it was a tight game. And then the second half, we just kept playing really well, and offensively we executed. Matt had a great game. Our receivers caught the ball really well. Our offensive line protected the best they had all year, and defensively they just kept playing tough. We knew New Mexico State did a great job on offense, and we were going to give up plays here and there, but we just had to keep battling. And I thought overall it was just a really good team victory for us.
Coach, you mentioned Matt Linehan. He was the Offensive Player of the Week this week. What did you see from him specifically on Saturday in his performance?
He just did a really good job of taking what the defense gave him. He was real accurate, but by their different coverages, he just, he took, he went through his progression and took what they gave him and didn't try to force things. And then guys did a good job catching the ball for him and running with it after the catch. But, Matt he was real comfortable and just did a great job throwing the ball, was accurate. Did a nice job changing protections for himself at times, and just played his best game. He played really well.
All right, thank you very much, Coach. Our first questions come from Brett Stretla with the Winston-Salem Journal.
Hey, Coach. I know the backstory between the connection between the Linehan family and the Petrino family. Can you just kind of reflect back on why you had faith that Matt could work out at this level and how he's progressed over the last 3 years?
Yeah, I knew I coached with Matt's dad years ago at Idaho. We were assistants together, and then we coached again at Louisville together as assistants. And I knew Matt when he was a little 3-year-old kid. So when I got the head job, I contacted Scott, and because I'd played against when I was with the Falcons, and Scott was the head coach of the Rams. I remember watching Matt warm up on the field with his dad. I think he was a freshman in high school at that time. And I knew when I got the job he was a senior, so I contacted him and got tape of him, and really liked him. Then I went and watched him play a basketball game, to be honest with you, and he just saw how competitive he was, and he was actually a great basketball player. He was probably going to go play basketball in college before we started recruiting him. And I just knew his knowledge of the game and how much he'd been around the game and how well he could throw it. So it was very fortunate for us that we got him to come here.
And just how he's developed over the last couple of years, and Scott Satterfield said, this will be the best Idaho team that App has faced, and just maybe why you think you guys have made some of those strides this season.
Yeah, I just think, it was part of the process of turning the thing around, and we've improved each year, and this was kind of the year we thought was definitely going to be our best year. And it starts with your quarterback. We got a lot of offensive linemen back, so that's helped, and defensively is probably the biggest improvement we've made. We've gotten faster over there. Our guys are playing hard and flying to the ball, and we've just made good improvement. And so kind of where we want to be at this time, and now we got to go down there and play the best team in the league and see where we stack up.
If I'm allowed another one, just Jalen Moore sort of had his breaking out party against you guys last year, and Marcus Cox has a big history. And App has also shown the ability to throw the ball down the field. People, really try to take away the run. Just trying to defend that offense. Where do you kind of start, and how do you kind of break down the balance that they can have?
Yeah, I think they got a really good quarterback, and another coach's kid, and he just does a good job of taking what the defense gives him, and really does a great job of taking care of the ball and can throw it down the field and get big plays. So they got 2 great running backs, and they run the outside zone play as well as anybody does. So I think you have to stop the run. I still think that's where everything starts. You got to be able to have the ability to stop the run, and then their quarterback makes it tough because he can run some option too, and then he also can throw it down the field. So they're real good on offense. We just got to do a great job of trying to get them off the field because their offense controls the ball so much it makes it tough on you offensively because sometimes you only get it a couple times a quarter.
Thank you.